Welcome to session 8, Coach's Game Plan. I'm so excited to reveal what's hiding in the background. There's so much going on here, and we introduced human design in the session 8. Human design has so many beautiful things hidden in it, and it was one of the things that unlocked a really very much deeper understanding of myself. So I like including it, but there is so much. So I'm going to encourage you again, just focus on the first few things so it's not overwhelming. Focus on your type, your profile, your strategy, your inner authority, and understanding your open and defined chakras or energy centers. This could really help you to understand how to listen to your body, like which different centers might be giving you more consistent information, and why sometimes you seem to be more susceptible to soaking up other people's energy in those areas when your centers are undefined. And believe me, I have so much empathy because I am a reflector, which means all of my centers are open and I don't have one inner place to go to as a consistent source of direction for me. So I get it. This could be so helpful for you. Okay, and then we move into understanding what an evolution we are really under right now. I don't know if you get this, but our great grandparents, when we're talking about the shopping thing at the beginning of the session and how very little choice they had, how much choice we have now and how much ability we have at our fingertips, order something and have it actually even come to our door. We are so inundated with so much choice that it's almost killing us. We have so much anxiety. We have so much overwhelm. People are unsure of themselves because we're being just given so much choice that it can be debilitating. Part of our evolution is learning how to really hear what it is that we want and to really turn off the noise. I hope that you're starting to understand that there's nothing wrong with you, that these demands are something that are on humankind right now because there's been so much change so quickly. And in order for us to really do well, we have to get out of that survival mode and learn how to live in our bodies in a way where we're safe and we reprogram ourselves and we overcome some of those survival strategies. So the guidepost and the worksheet that we have are meant to help give you clear indication. This is how I used it when I was going through my period of overwhelm and really learning how to take full responsibility for myself. I used this technique all the time. So anytime I wasn't sure of myself or I heard myself arguing in my own head, I would just boil it down to life or death. Which of these choices that I have in front of me are going to bring me towards more life, and which ones could start closing me off from life or bring me death in the long run. So I would boil it all down to that. And that was a lifesaver for me. And it helped me to become really confident in what to choose. We do this with children without even realizing it. You want the blue cup or the green cup? We don't let them have all the choices because it's too much for them. Why do we do this? Why do we do that to ourselves? So in making it really simple, we're we're able to be confident. The power drain is about feeling overwhelmed and lacking trust in our own abilities. And what was the last part of it? Expecting too much of ourselves and of everything around us. So when we can kind of let go of that and use this choice method of just this or that, do I want life or death? This can make it so much better because then we're not so overwhelmed and we don't lack trust in our abilities. We grow in our ability to know what we want. And I think you're starting to see that you've already been growing in what you want. It was so much easier, I think, in you writing down like what it is you want when we were doing the life inventory. You wrote down all the things in your life, and then you started marking what are the things that are not heaven on earth for me. And you just knew what was not heaven on earth for you. Isn't that amazing? And then when we introduce fairy godmother and she comes down and she just wants to pour out her magic on us and give us all the wishes and all the dreams of our heart, all of a sudden we realize I do know what I want when I break it down into these specific areas. I know at least what I want it to feel like. I know at least, some of the key words that are important to me. That's all that we need to start with. In fact, that's the best place to start in manifesting, creating our own heaven on earth. If we're too specific, sometimes we get too attached to exactly how it's going to come to us or exactly how it's going to look. That can get in our way. There's a certain amount of co-creation with the universe or fairy godmother or God in order to be able to go, this is what I want. This is what the desires that I have in my heart, and I'm not too attached on how it's going to come to me. So really, we did a lot of review to see where we came from. We started with remembering who we are when we first started this program, sessions 1, 2, and 3. Then we went into turn off the noise in sessions 4 and 5. And then in session 6 and 7, we were talking about listening to our bodies. And now we're doing this creating our own heaven on earth. We're going to do that again next week before we go into our last 3 sessions of reprogramming, really getting into the nuts and bolts of the reprogramming. So it's common for clients at this point, for participants in this program to start getting nervous, like, oh no, I can't remember everything we've learned up until now. This is session 8. I don't know if I remember everything. You don't have to remember everything. In fact, the way that this is designed with the experiential exercises and the way it just kind of builds is, and what the important part of this is if the only thing you can really remember at this point is about soothing your nervous system and learning to live in a friendly universe where you're not always defending yourself or trying to prove yourself to be right, but you are accepting that you are perfect just as you are and that it's okay for you to want things. If your nervous system is soothing instead of being in fight or flight or freeze or fawn, that's the real point of this program. So if you're starting to get that, it's already working. You don't have to remember everything up here. In fact, the coaching training I've told you before, is for you to be able to experience being different without having to remember how to be different. It just reprograms you naturally. I mean, yes, do the worksheets. Yes, go back and review. You've got all of this. It's okay for you to want to understand it more. That's good too. It's not going to hurt. But if all you're getting so far, all that you can remember is about how to soothe your nervous system, then you're doing it right. That's the whole point of this program. Fearlessness is learning how to be in charge of our nervous system, how to soothe it. So we did the guided visualization, that journaling exercise. We talk about the power up, which is first things first, appreciation, because what we appreciate appreciates. It goes up in value. When we can let go of exactly how things have to look and all our expectations that drain our power, gratitude takes what is not enough and it makes it into more than enough. So next week, we're going to do some more creating a heaven on earth. And the quiz for next week is a little different than usual. We're doing spirit animals. Some of you might be getting your spidey senses tingling and you don't like how this feels. I'm going to encourage you just to read the instructions. Maybe some of what we've thought is bad or not good really has hidden lessons in it. If we're not afraid, if we can soothe our nervous system and look at things instead of good and bad and right and wrong, we start looking past that for, ooh, how could some of this be used for my good? How could this all be working out for my good? Can't wait to see you in session 9. Be blessed. And if you have any questions, please reach out. I'm here to support you in your growing. Love you so much. Mwah.